So we prepared. Well, James and George prepared some questions for you before this came on.
Oh, please don't read out the one I think you're going to read out.
So, no.
I mean, there's two
right,
there.
Well,
one of them you could read out.
There's two.
There's one here that just says, TommyInnit, what's your opinion on the Iraq War?
Swiftly moving on. Obviously, with like the earlier stuff that you were involved in that I remember, there wasn't much of that like story going on. It was just kind of like, as you said earlier with SMP Live, just like being funny on Minecraft, just using it as a platform. Like, how have you found that shift? Have you found it's been something that you're more comfortable with, or is it something that it was a bit of a challenge
like
at
the
first,
more
but now
role-play type stuff?
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. Well, I think for me, I'm really lucky because I still can do the mix of my two content. So like I'll do like a big stream with a massive war versus dream, and then while I'm like clearing up my base, I'll go and fucking swear up Bad Boy Halo for 30 minutes, and then that'll be the video I'll make, like not the war these days. I found the shift really interesting. It was strange at the beginning to kind of, especially when Wilbur started going for it, having like such a narrative, and like having all these people on Twitter that are going, like caring so much about all the characters and shit, and really starting to let the audience differentiate between, hey, this is clearly role played, this is not, especially more recently. But it's been really fun. Like it's so much fun. Yeah.
It was really interesting how it kind of became like slowly more and more public knowledge that it was being scripted, and that no one really seemed to mind because it was becoming almost like a show.
Well, I think the thing is because it's not like there's this arduous script before everything that makes it. It's just like, so for example, there's this bit where Filza logs in right before Wilbur blew up L'Manberg, and like he's obviously knows that Wilbur's going to go, so he wanted to stand behind him. It's more shit like that and going, right, how can we make this cooler? Because like probably
organized.
Well, it's like very briefly, because I saw like, I can't remember who it was, but on someone's stream they were like showing this big script, and it's like it wasn't really like that at all. Especially, like earlier on there was none of that. Like the big thing was this guy called Eric betrayed us, and like none of us knew about any of that happening, and it was crazy. But
it's it's one of my favorite clips from this whole
Eric,
thing.
He was so amazing at that, like because no one like even knew that could be possible, and it was so my goodness. But
the never meant to be line is so cold.
Oh, it's so powerful. Yeah, he had the perfect voice for it.
Yeah.
But no, because I think everyone now seems to think that it's like this, because I know now there's all the jokes about if it's in what is it, canon or not.
The law.
But I think it's much less planned than everyone thinks. I think the bigger thing now is that, right, clearly Tubbo is the president and acting really seriously. I'm going to go off stream now to him and fucking play Counter-Strike with him for 2 hours. Like, we're not falling out. But I think the bigger differentiation is being, right, there's clearly these new character arcs and shit like that. But it's a bit, I hope everyone doesn't think that it's this arduous script and that it ruins it, because
when did it start to become more roleplay? Because I started seeing, I think for me, when I started really taking note of it and the kind of the story behind it was with the election. Because I remember, I almost feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, it feels like things naturally occur, and then it's kind of the plots are developed from what just kind of naturally bounces off of people. I don't know if I'm wrong there. So, like, obviously the election was real. Like, hundreds of thousands of people put these votes in. And then when that answer came, it was like, how do we develop this?
Yeah.
I found it really interesting.
So it was, at the very start of the server, it was just me, Tubbo, and Dream having this fight. And you can, like, tell if you go back and watch the odd videos of that, like, none of that was planned. Because there would be, like, these 30-minute negotiations between who dropped each other discs and not knowing anything. And, like, that was so, just for Will, and I'm guessing you don't know about it, but there's these like discs that are really important on the server.
The disc arc.
Yes, I do know about the discs.
You know I'm really good at Minecraft. Will you take that back?
There was that one video, and it was just terrible. Not the video. Me and you were.
The video was great, wasn't it, Tommy?
Yeah, the video was
Yeah,
I won that video.
Yeah, it's because you had Dream, literally best Minecraft player in the world.
Dream had me.
Yeah, talk about the discs.
But yeah, so that, or like none of that was planned, and then gradually it was like, oh, cool, this is starting to more of a story, and people are getting really invested. And then Wilbur joined the server, because Schlack came on and did this one-time stream, and then everyone freaked out about it, and everyone it was this whole thing. But it was really weird, because for me, Schlack was like my all-time favorite YouTuber, and I hadn't spoke to him in like months, and so he just hit me up while I was live. So I didn't even notice on my right-hand side there were all these people kicking off. I was just like, oh my god, this is the most exciting thing ever.
I remember this, because that's when I actually started properly paying attention, was when Schlack got added, and then he got
kicked. He got banned, yeah.
and it was like, what's going on? And I was like,
The
this is
only
crazy because-
person to have gotten banned from the SMP, yeah.
Yeah, generally, but it's the most fucking J Schlatt thing ever, to be honest.
Yeah, but no. So after that, Wilbur joined and was like, I reckon we give this a go. And then we kind of just went. And at the start, that was quite messy and quite, just completely unplanned, trying to do bits. And then it kind of gradually started coming together. And then we had that big war, which was like amazing. And then after that, we all kind of clocked, oh shit, like people are not only into this, but this is some new YouTube thing that no one's really.
Yeah.
I don't think there were, because there were like these. The closest thing I can compare it to is like Sky Does Minecraft did these like. Very like almost animation-y scripted roleplay stuff in Minecraft before that, but there was none of this like live. Like sometimes, like when you finish your stream, it's like you've just gotten off a stage. Like it's like holy shit.
They just took on characters back in the day, I think, and there was no real overarching form of tie-in. Whereas what you guys have is you have this thing that you want to revisit, you want to find out what happens next because it is like a show at this point.
Yeah,
Oh. Yeah, it is, isn't it?
it's so brilliant. It's like I watch the animations and still be free. Like I reckon in like
they
the
appear on
they're so
TikTok.
sadist, man. And there's so many. There's this other
They,
one.
like the fan base as well are so talented,
It's the artist community for it is so amazing, dude. It's so like
and that obviously helps it breathe because I think one of the things is obviously the content is great, but also the work that people do for you guys on places like TikTok is crazy. I was talking to Nikki, who just joined the Dream SMP recently near Chew. I talked to the other day about how after you guys blew up L'Manberg, I had about 6 videos appear on my view page. None of them were uploaded by you guys on TikTok. All of them had 250 to 400,000 likes, and they were uploaded by fans who added the TikTok sounds in and they edited the sounds to the video. And I was thinking, that is like, you got a whole group of people, and obviously that only benefits you guys because you've got these people. Like, because that's originally how I found out about how the SMP was, because I saw storyline bits were appear on my TikTok view page. I go, I know them.
Dude,
And
can
then
we
I'd be
talk
like,
about
this is
TikTok
how
in a
I got
bit?
fans.
Because I
Yeah.
have so much to say on it that I don't understand. But,
Come on, then fire away.
Yeah, TikTok fascinates me.
But on the SMP though, it was, and then after that, it all started coming together, and Wilbur was like, right, this is clearly a thing now. We all agree, we should probably put together a bit more of a plan for this. But Wilbur did so much of the work for that. But I think the thing now of it all being scripted and canon is like, no, dude, it's so, I like, especially all of the earlier stuff. Even now, like most of it is just like cool and it happens, and it's so like we just get into the characters.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty amazing.
It really doesn't surprise me that Wilbur was one of the people that really founded that. The amount of times he's tried to make me do D&D,
Yeah,
or like
he's
try
so-
and get me
Because
involved.
I think that's what he wanted his server, SMP Earth, to be, which he did before
Yeah.
that, and then it kind of just turned into this like war PvP server. But I think this is like exactly what. It's such a new style of thing. It's so cool. It's so hard to get right. But speaking of the animations and stuff, like the community is so sick, right? It's so big as well. I think the most viewed Dream SMP video is Sadist's. I don't know if you know Sadist, but she's like the main animator for it.
Yeah,
her
I've seen
first
it.
animation. But I think that shit is like, I reckon in like 30 years time, if I have kids and I'm telling them about like trying to summarize it, that's the video I'd show them. Like it's so sick.
It makes it so, it kind of like brings you into the context of it and makes you realize just how cinematic some of the moments are.
Yeah.
Like I found myself, I watched it and I remember thinking to myself, like, this is a kind of story that years down the line, like imagine someone making a film about it. And in a way I almost could, because it was like, I was even thinking like, oh, how would they do it? Would they make it in a block game, or would it just be like actual, in real life?
Would it be live action? Yeah. How would you approach it?
Oh, it's so cool, man. Yeah, I think the animators for it I wish I
Incredible.
could talk about them more as well, because I've never like made a serious Twitter or anything, and now I try and keep my streams more to just being like high
Yeah, you
content,
want
high
to do
energy
your
than
show,
getting off.
obviously.
Yeah, because I'm trying to get everyone from the YouTube over now, so just keeping them, pardon me, really high energy. But I wish I could spend so much more time talking about like the community and the animators, because they carry it.
Get a podcast.
Well, I'm here now.
Because they really do. Like they
They really, really do. Yeah.
because it can bring in all kinds of people who wouldn't usually be into Minecraft content will watch those kind of things and go, wow, like I never thought it could be like this, and you never would have given it a chance otherwise.
It's amazing.
It makes it easier to consume, because what those people are doing is they're also drawing those things into moments where you go, I want to watch more of this, and then people who would be turned off maybe by it being Minecraft, and let's face it, there aren't many because it's doing so well. I don't think you guys have that problem. If you see the animation first and you're like, oh, I wonder what this is, and then you figure out, it really like hooks you in. Like the whole community of the Dream Team community as well. Like, I've seen what it's done for people in just the last few weeks, even people who aren't in it, who just put stuff out and be like, Dream Team, can you help me? And I've seen videos like that get 2 million views in a day.